So you want to be part of this year's Inktober challenge, but you don't know where to start? Are you wondering if you're ready? Well, in this video, I'm gonna give you 5 tips and a bonus I wish I knew before my first Inktober that will help you not only survive the challenge, but also enjoy it. Hi, I'm Melanie Mancic, and today we're gonna talk about Inktober. But what's Inktober? It started with Jake Parker back in 2009 as a challenge to practice inking techniques for 31 days straight. Since then, it has grown into a global challenge that includes all types of techniques and not just inks, which is great. I love that part. My first Inktober was back when I was in college, and I didn't even finish it, but I remember it was a really good practice. Since then, I have completed 2 successful Inktovers. Finishing the challenge felt like a huge accomplishment, and I ended up with a great collection of drawings. So I highly recommend doing Inktober if you want to improve your art skills or learn a new technique. How do you Inktober? You choose a prompt, you make a sketch, you ink it, you share it on social media with the hashtag Inktober, and you're done. That's it. That's all you need to do every day. You're now part of the challenge, and it's okay if you don't want to share it on social media. You can have a private Inktober and still be part of the community because this challenge is for yourself. Now let's talk about art supplies. Here are the main ink supplies used in Inktober. The Pentel brush pen is one of the most famous markers for Inktober, at least. It uses black ink, and I love it because you can make super thin lines and also thick lines. It all depends on the pressure you apply on the paper, which also makes it a little tricky at the beginning. You really have to learn how to use it, but it gives you really interesting lines. It's really good for outlines. Totally recommend. Then we have the Sakura markers. I have a few. They come not just in black, in different colors. They're really good for precision, super precise lines, always the same thickness, and really helps you with fine details and also super neat outlines. Then we have the alcohol markers. There are a ton of brands. I use Copic and also Blick, which are cheaper. They're really cool. I don't use them that much. You can blend them, you can do gradients. Recommend. And last, we have the white gel markers. They also come in different colors. They're really good for adding some details of light on top of black, on top of colored paper. Really nice. And you can add to these lists like whatever markers you like or watercolors or, other materials. Now let's talk about the prompt list. And how do I find one? It's literally a list of words to help inspire you to draw. Each day has a different word, which is really helpful because 31 drawings is a lot, and some days you won't know what to draw. Believe me, this happens. To be honest, I have never followed the official list. I'm a little bit of a rebel, and I like making my own lists. It helps me stay more motivated. You can also follow lists made by other artists. My tip number 3 is related to this. As I said, Inktober is a great way to improve your art skills or to challenge yourself to learn a new technique or use different materials. It pushes you out of your comfort zone, which is amazing, but it could also create a lot of pressure or anxiety. You might start comparing yourself to other artists or to feel a little bit of a burnout after a few days of drawing every day if you don't have it already as a daily habit. Don't worry, I'm gonna give you a list of tips that I wish I knew before my first Inktober to survive and enjoy the challenge because I really enjoy it. If you don't know where to start, the first tip will solve your life, and it is plan ahead. The first mistake was starting Inktober without a plan. Just October 1st, sat down with my notebook and it was like, okay, now what? What do I draw? What materials do I use? What kind of drawing do I want to make? Please plan your Inktober. Sit down with a notebook and make a plan where you choose the technique, the materials, and the list of prompts. I personally make a Pinterest board with inspiration for each Inktober. I add images related to the technique, the color palette, the style, or reference images. It really helps me start faster and have a good idea for the whole challenge. Planning takes the pressure of sitting down to draw and not knowing how to start, what to draw, or what materials to use. Planning is super important for a successful Inktober. If you take anything from this video, please let it be the importance of planning. The second tip will be pick a technique and or a style. And with Inktober, you will challenge yourself to draw for 31 days, which will improve your drawing skills and help you learn a new technique or master one you already know. Focusing on one technique will set you up for Inktober success. You'll be able to focus more on the drawing part and stress less about the preparation stage. For example, for this Inktober, I chose to use only ballpoint pens, so all of my drawings have unity. The same goes for style. I chose a realistic style and ended up with a great collection. In another Inktober, I challenged myself to use only red and black markers, and all the illustrations had to be inside a circle. This created visual cohesion and made them all look like a family. Inktober is an excellent opportunity to develop your own style. Embrace the chance to try new techniques and discover your artistic voice. Tip number 3 will be have a prompt list. Having a prompt list is vital for your Inktober. Even the official Inktober provides one to follow. A list will help you start faster and step out of your comfort zone by drawing themes or concepts different from what you usually draw. You have 3 options. Follow the official list, follow a list made by another artist, or make your own, which is what I always do. Making my own list makes me feel more motivated to draw, and I tend to come up with a theme for the drawings. So making a list makes more sense for me, but it's all up to you. If you're making your own list, write down the 31 prompts, and if you can, add a few extra, just in case you struggle with some of them. Please let me know in the comments if you make your own list or follow the official one. My 4th tip will be balancing difficulty levels. Often you sit down with an amazing list full of intricate designs or concepts, and that's great, but then you might not have the energy or motivation that day, any given day. And you will start to feel like you can materialize that complex drawing you imagine, which can lead to frustration. That's why I recommend adding simple and easy to draw ideas too. You won't have the same amount of time and energy every day, and that's completely normal. So please add some easy prompts to your list that will make your Inktober easier on days when you don't feel like drawing. Also, don't be shy about adding some cool and more complex ideas for those days when you have all the time and motivation. For example, for my horror movie Inktober, I added intricate characters like Pennywise and the Black Lagoon monster, practice lighting, texture, and details. But I also added Jason's and Michael Myers masks, which are really simple. And you can actually tell in the drawing that I had no energy but I did it. And that's the main goal of the challenge, to draw something. This tip is related to the last one, and it's managing expectations. More than a tip, I would say it's a heads up. We've just talked about how your time and energy will fluctuate during the challenge, and not all your drawings will be masterpieces, and that's totally fine and normal. You should also manage your expectations in relation to other artists doing the same challenge. It's fine to see other people's drawings, and you will, as the whole point is to share your art. However, try not to compare yourself too much to others' work. I recommend checking out those artists to learn from them and get inspired, but if you're a beginner, you might feel doubtful about your skills or your style. And that's normal. Been there, still there. But just remember that this challenge is for yourself. It's your own journey to improve your skills and overall have fun doing what you like. Don't see other artists as competition. See them as inspiration, a great way to challenge yourself to do better, and as colleagues who can help you. You can ask them about their art process, about the materials, about the technique. Learn. This is that challenge to learn and to improve and to practice. Don't get frustrated. You're learning, you're improving, you're already doing the thing. You're already putting the effort to be a better artist. So good for you. And the bonus tip is start. Even if it's October 9th and you haven't started, or if you don't have a cool notebook or materials, just start. Don't overthink it. Draw whatever, use whatever, and you'll be fine. Enjoy it. Make this challenge an opportunity to improve yourself and let your creativity flow. That is the main message for this video. Enjoy it for yourself. Do whatever you can. There is no right or wrong way to do Inktober. Literally just you sitting down making art every day. So please have fun. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video helps you get ready and have a great Inktober. Please show me your drawings on social media and follow this channel if you're interested in art videos like Draw With Me or Making Up. So let's hang out, let's be friends, and bye bye.